Hey YouTube, this is Deuce Boys. It's going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to talk about my second project that I've been working on for my Crested Geckos. Originally the second project was to move my 6-year-old Crested Gecko Rocky into my 40-gallon fish tank. But two things happened. One, I realized that the 40-gallon was actually pretty big. And two, my juvenile Crested Gecko, Tum Tum, is actually a male. He shed like a week or so ago, and he developed his the two bumps on the base of his tail that's indicative of a male Crested Gecko. So I decided to split the 40-gallon into two 18 by 18 by 24s. And here's the finished product. It took about a week to make. It wasn't too expensive, and I'll run down quickly what I did. If you want any of the detailed information, just comment and I'll get back to you on all the information. So in a nutshell, I split the 40-gallon into two 18 by 18 by 24s using a plexiglass sheet that I got at Lowe's, and I siliconed it, you can see, to the tank to create a nice tight seal, and it's waterproof. I created the background using the Great Stuff expanding foam, about 2 cans, and a cocoa fiber, peat moss, and Pure Bond wood glue. You do pretty much do 1:1:1 ratio, mix it together, and you turn it to a paste, and you kind of spread it on there with your fingers because it gets really sticky. That took a really long time to cover both sides. And as you can see, I missed some spots, but I'm not really too worried about it. This isn't like, I'm not going to sell this or anything. In this tank I have live plants. You can pretty much find directions on how to do this all over YouTube, but you pretty much put a rock layer down at the bottom. You put some topsoil. You put a piece of screen above that layer, and on top you put some topsoil or organic soil for the plants. This is to keep the layers separate, and it's cleaner and it's better for the filtration process. So the plants that I have in here are ZZ plants and Chinese evergreens, which I read were good and they're tough enough for Crested Gecko activity. Yep, and I compacted the soil down. Put some leaves in there and just touched up. I have some vines. Also, I created a screen top here. Let me see if I can get a better look. The screen top is 2 pieces of wood, and I cut holes in them. I put the screen in the middle of the 2 pieces of wood, and I screwed them together, so if the screen ever melts or tears, I could take the wood apart and put new screen in, so I don't have to build a whole new top. I thought that was good. This is a plant and aquarium growth bulb for the plants. It doesn't produce a lot of heat, so that's no problem for the Crested Geckos. I just introduced them in there today, and they seem to like it. Tum Tum found a nice spot, and Rocky, where is he? Yeah, where is he? Oh, there's his head right there. He found a nice spot behind the leaves. Yeah, so it looks really nice. I think the most expensive thing was getting the driftwood, because anything you buy from Petco is like expensive. The driftwood and the vines together was like $25, and everything else, like the wood glue, the foam, and the substrate and everything, was another $25. So altogether it came out to $50 for both tanks combined. And like I said, the most expensive thing was just the driftwood and stuff from Petco. So yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. Again, if you need some more and you want more detailed instructions, just comment and ask. I'm also looking into buying a fogger for these tanks. so I can time it. So I can time when it gets sprayed, and I also like the look the fogger creates in there. So yeah, tell me what you think.